Hello friends, I am Adish Deshpande from Ferguson College. We are discussing group 17 elements. So let us continue with the same part. So we studied methods of preparation of chlorine, then we saw physical properties and we saw some of the simple chemical properties of chlorine. Now let us continue with the same, that is chemical properties of chlorine. Another property of chlorine is affinity for hydrogen. So chlorine has a great affinity for hydrogen. It reacts with hydrogen in presence of diffuse sunlight to form hydrogen chloride. So equation is H2 plus Cl2 gives a 2HCl. It also reacts with the compounds containing hydrogen to form hydrogen chloride. So here is the reaction of chlorine gas with hydrogen sulfide. H2S plus Cl2 gives 2HCl plus S. Then reaction with ammonia. Chlorine reacts with excess of ammonia to form ammonium chloride and nitrogen. So 8NH3 plus 3Cl2 gives 6NH4Cl plus N2. Nitrogen gas is evolved. However, when is in excess, nitrogen trichloride is obtained and it is an explosive. So NH3 plus 3Cl2 gives NCl3 plus 3HCl. So remember students, when ammonia is in excess, ammonium chloride is formed and nitrogen gas is evolved. And when chlorine is in excess, nitrogen trichloride is formed. Then reaction with alkalis. When chlorine is passed through cold and dilute caustic soda, a mixture of hypochlorite and chloride is formed. So 2NaOH plus Cl2 gives NaCl plus NaOCl plus H2O. NaOCl is sodium hypochlorite. So when chlorine gas is treated with cold and dilute sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium chloride and sodium hypochlorite. With hot and concentrated caustic soda, that is sodium hydroxide, chlorine forms chlorate and chloride. So 6NaOH plus 3Cl2 gives 5NaCl plus NaClO3 plus 3H2O. So NaClO3 is a sodium chlorate. When chlorine is passed over dry slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. Bleaching powder is obtained. Bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. So 2CaOH twice plus 2Cl2 gives CaOCl2 plus CaCl2 plus 2H2O. Then reaction with hydrocarbons. With saturated hydrocarbons, chlorine forms substitution products. As we studied this last year in alkanes. So here is the same example of alkane, that is methane. Methane reacts with chlorine in presence of UV light and forms methyl chloride CH3Cl plus HCl. But with unsaturated hydrocarbons, it gives addition products. So with alkenes and alkynes, chlorine always give addition products. So here is the reaction with ethylene. CH2 double bond CH2 plus Cl2 gives 1,2-diachloroethane, that is ethylene dichloride. Then oxidizing nature. Chlorine oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. So 2FeSO4 plus H2SO4 plus Cl2 gives Fe2SO4 thrice plus 2HCl. So ferrous salts, ferrous sulfate, oxidation state of Fe is plus 2, and in ferric sulfate oxidation state of Fe is plus 3. So chlorine acts as oxidizing agent. Then chlorine oxidizes sulfites to sulfates. So sodium sulfite is converted into sodium sulfate by an equation. Na2SO3 plus Cl2 plus H2O gives Na2SO4 plus 2HCl. Then chlorine oxidizes sulfur dioxide to sulfuric acid. Equation is SO2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2 gives H2SO4 plus 2HCl, and chlorine oxidizes iodine to iodic acid. So I2 plus 6H2O plus 5Cl2 gives 2HiO3 plus 10HCl. HiO3 is iodic acid. One of the important property of chlorine is the bleaching property. All of us know that chlorine is used as a bleaching agent. So chlorine requires presence of moisture for bleaching. This is again important. Alone chlorine cannot act as bleaching agent, but moist chlorine always acts as a bleaching agent. It liberates nascent oxygen from water, which is responsible for its oxidizing and bleaching property. So Cl2 plus water gives HCl plus HOCl. HOCl is hypochlorous acid. So this HOCl decomposes to HCl and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is responsible for bleaching. Chlorine bleaches vegetable matter or colored organic matter in presence of moisture to colorless matter. So colored organic matter plus nascent oxygen gives colorless organic matter. Then uses of chlorine. So these are some of the uses of chlorine: for purification of drinking water, for bleaching wood pulp required for manufacture of paper and rayon, bleaching cotton and textiles, for extraction of metals like gold and platinum, in the manufacture of bleaching powder, poisonous gases such as mustard gas. Formula is given. Phosgene, carbonyl chloride. Formula is given. And tear gas. Formula is also given. In the manufacture of dyes, drugs and organic compounds like chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, DDT, refrigerants, etc. Then oxoacids of halogens. So oxidation state of halogen is given, generic name is given, and the table of oxoacids of fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, their formulae are given. So in +1 oxidation state, halogens form hypohalous acid. Formula is HXO. In +3 oxidation state, they form halous acid of the formula HXO2. Then in +5 oxidation state, halogens form halic acid. Formula is HXO3. And in +7 oxidation state, halogens form perhalic acid. Formula is HX4. Oxoacids of halogens, only 4 oxoacids have been isolated in pure form: hypofluorous acid HOF, perchloric acid HClO4, iodic acid HiO3, and metaperiodic acid H2IO6. The others are stable only in aqueous solutions or in the form of their salts. So here are some of the examples. Oxoacids of chlorine. The first is hypochlorous acid. Formula is HOCl. The structure is also given. Then chlorous acid. Formula is HClO2 or HOClO. So this is going to be the structure. Then chloric acid HClO3 and perchloric acid HClO4. These are the corresponding structures. So in all these structures, you will find that there is only one chlorine and hydroxyl group bond, ClOH bond, and remaining oxygen atoms, they are always doubly bonded with the chlorine. Then acidic strength of halogen oxoacids increases with increasing oxidation state of halogen. So in HClO, hypochlorous acid, oxidation state of chlorine is +1, and in perchloric acid HClO4, oxidation state of chlorine is +7. So as oxidation state increases, acidic strength also increases. So this point one has to remember: perchloric acid dissociation constant is far more greater than 1, So it is a very strong acid. Now let us discuss interhalogen compounds. So what is the definition? Binary neutral compounds obtained by the reaction between two different halogens due to the difference in their electronegativities are called interhalogen compounds. So these compounds first of all are binary compounds. Then these are neutral compounds, and these are obtained by the reaction between two different halogens, that is fluorine chlorine, fluorine bromine, fluorine iodine likewise. Why this reaction is possible? Due to the difference in their electronegativities. So such stable compounds are called as interhalogen compounds. Halogens belong to the same group but different electronegativities. Due to this, two or more halogen atoms combine to form ionic or neutral species. Neutral molecules are called interhalogens. Examples are given: ClF, name is chlorine monofluoride, or BrF3, bromine trifluoride, etc. Interhalogen is also described as halide of the more electropositive halogen. Halide of more electropositive halogen. So in the earlier example, ClF, more electropositive is chlorine. Fluorine is electronegative. And so I can say that it is the fluoride of chlorine. That is chlorine monofluoride. A given halogen forms an interhalogen compound only with the halogen having lesser electronegativity. This point one must remember. So these are the various types of interhalogen compounds. Chlorine forms, bromine forms, and iodine also forms. So ClF, ClF3, ClF5, etc. Bromine also forms BrF, BrF3, BrF5, BrCl. Similarly, iodine. So these are the various types of interhalogen compounds. Then general formula of interhalogens is XX-N. So what is X? X is the halogen having larger size and more electropositive. So as the size of the halogen increases, electropositive character increases or electronegative character decreases. And X dash is the halogen having smaller size and more electronegativity. So here is the table. Depending on their composition, they are classified into four types: XX dash, XX dash 3, XX dash 5, and XX dash 7. So one of the examples is chlorine monofluoride, chlorine trifluoride, bromine pentafluoride, iodine heptafluoride, etc. Nomenclature of interhalogens. The general formula is XX-N. Compound is considered as halide of X. X is halogen having larger size. It is always more electropositive. So in this case it is chlorine. And X dash is halogen having smaller size and it is more electronegative. It is fluorine. So halide is always X dash. So the name is chlorine monofluoride. N is the number of atoms of X dash attached to X. So here is only one fluorine and so it is monofluoride. So if it is number of atoms of X dash are increased, accordingly one can add trifluoride, pentafluoride, etc. As the ratio radius of X is to radius of X dash increases, the value of N increases. Now general characteristics of interhalogens. Interhalogen compounds have even number of atoms, 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. For example, X, X dash. So one X atom, one X dash atom. Number of atoms are 2. Likewise, X, X dash 5. Number of atoms of X is 1 and that of X dash are 5. So total atoms are 6. The properties of interhalogen compounds are generally intermediate between those of the halogens from which they are made. Number of X dash atoms in the compounds is always odd. They are all diamagnetic. So here are the physical states and colors of the various interhalogen compounds. So states of interhalogen compounds at 25 degrees centigrade along with their color are given. So first chart is of XX dash type of interhalogens, then XX dash 3 type of interhalogens, then XX dash 5 type of interhalogens, and lastly XX dash 7 type of interhalogen. Then methods of preparation of interhalogen compounds. So here is the table. The very first method is by direct combination. How to prepare XX dash, both in equal volumes. So chlorine in presence of fluorine, 523 Kelvin, copper vessel forms chlorine monofluoride. Similarly, iodine chlorine equal volumes in presence of HCl and HNO3 forms iodine monochloride. Now likewise, XX-3 fluorine is in excess, then Cl2 plus 3F2 forms 2ClF3. Similarly, I2 plus 3Cl2 excess gives 2ICl3. So this is the first method of preparation by direct combination. Then reaction of halogen with interhalogen compound. So if Br2 is treated with BrF3, it forms BrF. So bromine treated with bromine trifluoride forms bromine monofluoride. Or bromine treated with ClF3 forms BrF3 plus BrCl. So these are some of the methods of preparations of interhalogen compounds. Then some of the properties of interhalogen compounds. The first is thermal stability. So for XX- type of interhalogens, the order is given ClF greater than ICl greater than IBr greater than BrCl greater than BrF. Then hydrolysis reaction gives oxoacids. So BrCl treated with water hydrolyzes forms hypobromous acid HOBr plus HCl. Similarly, iodine monochloride hydrolyzes giving HiO3 iodic acid plus HCl plus I2. Then next property is disproportionation or autoionization. So bromine monofluoride disproportionates giving bromine and bromine pentafluoride. So likewise, fluorination and addition across the olefins, that is double bond. Similarly, some of the reactions of XX-3 type of halogens are also given. Then uses of interhalogen compounds. ICl is used to determine iodine value of oils, used as catalyst for oxidation of arsenic 3, for preparation of polyhalides. Then for preparation of polyhalides, XX-3 type of interhalogens, as a fluorinating agent and as non-aqueous solvents. So some of the uses of interhalogens. Now let's go through the structures of interhalogens. The first is XX-3 type. Example is ClF3. So ground state configuration of Cl is NS2NP5, that is 3s2 3p5. In this case it is Cl. So first excited state and sp3d hybridization. It gives you total 5 sp3d hybrid orbitals. And so geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. So in the diagram you will observe trigonal bipyramidal. Out of this, the 2 hybrid orbital contains lone pair of electrons. So if we exclude that lone pair of electrons, that part, you will observe bent T structure for chlorine trifluoride. So interhalogen compound of the type XX-3 has trigonal bipyramidal or bent T-shaped structure. The central halogen atom X undergoes sp3d hybridization, forming 5 hybrid orbitals. 2 hybrid orbitals contain lone pairs of electrons, so bent T-type structure. The next structure is of structure of iodine pentafluoride. So here X is I, that is iodine, and X dash is fluorine. So ground state of iodine is Ns2Np5. Now the first excited state and second excited state. This gives you configuration as Ns2, Np3, Nd2. And now on hybridization is sp3d2 hybridization. So there will be formation of total 6 hybrid orbitals. So out of these 6 hybrid orbitals, 1 hybrid orbital contains a lone pair of electrons. So in the structure it can be observed. So it is a square pyramidal structure. One of the hybrid orbital contains lone pair. So interhalogen compound of the type XX-5 has a square pyramidal structure. Example is IF5, iodine pentafluoride. Central halogen atom X undergoes sp3d2 hybridization, forming 6 hybrid orbitals. 1 hybrid orbital contains a lone pair of electrons. So in this case, there is only one lone pair. In the earlier type, there were 2 lone pairs. Now let's consider the next one, which is IF7, iodine heptafluoride. Here X is again iodine. So in this case, you will observe the ground state configuration of X, Ns2Np5. Now all these electron pairs, these are uncoupled and electrons are promoted to the vacant Nd orbital. And now excited state, the third excited state, that configuration is Ns1, Np3, Nd3. And now in this state, there is sp3d3 hybridization. And there are a total 7 hybrid orbitals which are formed. All contain unpaired electron. So all these sp3d3 hybrid orbitals, they take part in bonding. So interhalogen compound of the type XX-7 has pentagonal bipyramidal structure. So this is observed here, pentagonal bipyramidal structure. There is no lone pair now. All pairs are bond pairs. The central atom X undergoes sp3d3 hybridization, forming 7 hybrid orbitals. So this is how the structure of interhalogens can be determined. So structures of some interhalogen compounds. So here is the table which gives you formula, name, structure and shape. Iodine monochloride, formula is ICl, shape is linear. Then chlorine trifluoride, ClF3, shape is bent T-shaped. This we already discussed. Similarly, bromine trifluoride, BrF3, it has also bent T-shaped structure. Then bromine pentafluoride, BrF5, the structure is square pyramidal. And chlorine pentafluoride, ClF5, structure is again square pyramidal. Oxidation states of central halogen atom in interhalogen compounds. Oxidation state of central halogen, number of lone pairs of electrons. Example, the first example is iodine heptafluoride. We saw that oxidation state of central halogen, that is iodine, is +7. There were no lone pairs, 0 lone pairs. Then we saw the structure of ClF5, chlorine pentafluoride or iodine pentafluoride. Square pyramidal structure, central halogen atom, chlorine or iodine has +5 oxidation state and it carries one lone pair. And we also saw the structure of ClF3, where central chlorine, bromine or iodine atom has +3 oxidation state and it has two lone pairs of electrons, bent T-shaped structure. And lastly, chlorine monofluoride or bromine monofluoride, the central halogen atom has +1 oxidation state and total number of lone pairs of electrons are 3. So this is the part which is related with interhalogen compounds. So interhalogen compounds are binary compounds of two different halogens. Now these interhalogen compounds, these are always neutral compounds. Why these interhalogen compounds are formed? Because of the difference in the electronegativities of the halogen atoms. Now the formula for interhalogen compound is XX-N. So there can be various types of interhalogens. XX-, XX-3, XX-5, XX-7, etc. Then always X is the halogen atom which is having larger size or more electropositive. For example, ClF, chlorine monofluoride. So chlorine is electropositive. It has larger size than fluorine. And so the name is chlorine monofluoride. So likewise, it is the halide of X. XX- is the halide of X, where X is the halogen atom having larger size, more electropositive, and X- is the halogen having smaller atomic size and more electronegative. Then we saw some of the methods of preparation of these interhalogen compounds. How by direct combination or disproportionation or autoionization, how these interhalogens can be prepared. We also saw some of the properties and the structures of these interhalogen compounds. So students, in this class, we completed the discussion of group 17 elements, that is halogens. Thank you.